So the differential gain of the amplifier is 4000. Okay, and the value of CMRR is 100, case A, and for case B it is 10 to the power 5. Okay guys, have a look upon the question. Determine the output voltage of a differential amplifier for input voltages of VI1 is 150 microvolt, VI2 is 140 microvolt, differential gain of the amplifier is 4000, and the value of CMRR is for case A 100, case B 10 to the power 5. So how do we identify the output voltage from the given question? Let's solve this. Okay. So how do we proceed guys? If the CMRR is 100, but before that, before proceeding the CMRR, we have to first identify the VD and VC. Somebody please mute your mic. Okay guys, because we know that V naught equal to AD VD plus AC VC, right? So for this equation we need this VD and VC. So what should be the VD guys? Whether can we find out VD from the given data? VI1 minus VI2. So VD can be calculated like this. 150 microvolt minus 140 microvolt. What is the answer?
10 microvolt.
10 microvolt. Similarly, VC, common mode voltage, right? So this is VI1 plus VI2 by 2. What should be the value?
145.
145 microvolt, right? So here we got VD and VC. Now we have to find out AD and AC is remain, right? AD and AC. So can we identify AD from the given data of the question? So let's see. Yeah, for that sake we have to proceed case 1 or case A data. For CMRR it has given how much it is? 100, right? And we know that the formula of CMRR is what is the formula for CMRR?
Mod AC, AD by AC.
AD by AC. So here as per the data given it is 100. So AD is given in the question guys. Just have a look upon your question. 4000, no, differential gain is nothing but 4000 by AC. So what should be the value of AC from here? Implies that AC can be written as how much? 4000 by 100. How much it is? Guys?
$40.
So now we got VD, VC, AD is given, AC we calculated. So can we write down the value of V naught, which is AD/VD plus AC/VC. Calculate and tell me. Guys, calculate and tell me. The answer should be in the millivolt.
45.8 millivolt.
Millivolt. Yes. Similarly, calculate the V0 for case 2 when CMRR is 10 to the 5. Case B when CMRR equal to 10 to the 5. Calculate and tell me the answer. Calculate and tell me the value of V0. I am waiting for your response. Guys, are you doing?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, do it.
Forty 40.0058 millivolt.
Yes. $40.0058 millivolt is the answer for the second case for V0, right? So others, those who are calculating, just note down the value and check your answer later. Then example 2. The common mode input to a certain differential amplifier having differential gain of 125 is 4 sine 200 pi t volt. Determine the common mode output if CMRR is 60 dB. Okay, so here is the question for you. Guys, when the data are given in the normal scale, you have to proceed with that. But when the data is given in the dB scale, you have to convert this to normal scale by taking that 20 log. After that, that value you have to take. Then the anti-log value, how much ratio it will come, the anti-log value you have to take. Directly you can take the dB scale means anti-log of that factor divided by 20, because we are representing the CMRR 20 log of that AD by AC of ratio. Okay. So here in this question, what it has asked, guys? In this question, what it has asked to calculate?
AC, VC.
VC.
VC only, not AC/VC. Okay. One data has given no 4 sine 200 pi t. So how you are representing your voltage? A sine omega t, like that you are representing. No, A is given, right? So VC only you have to find out. It means V0 is nothing but AC/VC, no, in terms of your common mode voltage and common mode gain. So if you find out that AC already VC, AC into VC, that factor we have to multiply it here, 4 sine. Okay, so that 4 is already there, but now we have to multiply the AC value at here. That is the representation of a voltage in the sinusoidal form. Okay, so let's see how do we proceed for this. CMRR value is given how much? 60 dB. So what should be the value for the CMRR in the normal scale?
1000.
1000. Yes. So dB. So for normal scale, it is 20 log of AD by AC value, right? Then once only I'm writing, guys, you have to follow this method for remaining questions also if the data is given in the form of dB. So log of AD by AC can be calculated at this one, right? Which is equal to this. Then normal AD by AC can be calculated as log inverse of how much? Or directly I will write this value, anti-log of this value. It will give rise to this. Okay. Now, what is the value of AD? In this equation, if you see, AD equal to how much it has given? 125.
120.
Yeah. What is the AC then?
0.125.
Yes. AC equal to 125 divided by this value, right? So this will give rise to 0.125. So how you are representing your V0? It is the combination of AC into VC, right? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so AC we got. Now VC has given in terms of 4 sine of whatever the value. Okay, it will be remain same. So now what will be the new value for the voltage? V0 equal to 0.125 into 4 sine 200 pi t volt, right? So the new answer is 0.5.
Sine 200 pi t volts.
Yes. So in this way you have to represent your answer. Okay. Then the last question for
Ma'am,
this.
one doubt.
Tell me.
Ma'am, why haven't we taking VD AD value in the V not equation? This question.
We have not taken VD value.
Ma'am, I'm asking why are we not taking? Like for last question we took, but for this we are not taking.
Because in the question only it has been asked to represent your answer with terms of common mode voltage only.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, it has not mentioned like in the previous question. If you see, both the values are mentioned. The differential gain has given, and the data are given in terms of V1 and V2, and the CMRR has given, and it has asked to represent the voltage in terms of all these things. Means you have to include AD, VD plus AC/VC. But in this second question, the data is only confined for the common mode input. That's why. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
You have to check up to which point you have to solve. Means what are the data you have to consider. If nothing is mentioned, you may go for both AD/VD and AC/VC. Then, yeah, you may get it more clear in the next question. Okay. Guys, these questions are very important from your CAT point of view, from your FAT point of view also. Okay, suppose I'm not asking you a question from this topic now in CAT, but it may come in your FAT. Okay, the last question is, an op-amp has a differential gain of 80 dB. And CMRR of 95 dB. If V1 equal to 3 microvolt and V2 equal to 2.4 microvolt, then calculate the differential and common mode values. Okay, how do we proceed, guys? Any idea? Now check the question. How do I proceed? 1 minute, guys. Someone is asking me to add. Let me to check once. Yeah, so tell me, how do we proceed?
First, we will convert the dB values into normal values.
Yes. Then how do we represent the voltage now? What should be the equation for the voltage? It should contain both the differential term and common term, or any one term.
Ma'am, both.
Both, yes. Yeah, so tell me, if I convert the 80 dB and 95 dB in the normal scale, what should be the values? You calculate. Otherwise, you
Ma'am,
proceed.
8.
Huh.
And for dB, it's 10,000.
Yes, 10,000 or 10 to the 4, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So we have to proceed like this. I'm better writing this for your reference, guys. Note, convert the dB values to the normal scale. Okay. Then AD is given in dB value as 20 log of AD, right? It has been given in this way. So it means 80 in terms of 20 log of AD. So what should be the normal value of AD? It should be
10,000.
log inverse of 80 by 20. So this value is 10,000. Similarly, if you see CMRR in dB, right? So it is 20 log of CMRR, and this CMRR is nothing but how much? AD by AC, right? But here, before doing that, we have to convert this 95, okay, 20 log CMRR. So what we have to do? The CMRR value in the normal scale is log inverse of 95 by 20. How much it is?
Ma'am, it's
Ma'am,
56,200.
5.62 into 10 power 4.
Okay, this is 10 to the 4 na. Just let's represent this in this form. It may help us to cancel the term. 5.6234
into 10 power 4.
into 10 to the 4.
2 by
Yes.
4.
Now we have the data, guys. So we know that CMRR equal to AD by AC. AD is how much? 10 to the 4. AC is known or unknown?
Unknown.
Unknown.
Um,
So what will be the value of AC? 10 to the 4 by CMRR. So what should be the value?
Ma'am, 0.178.
Yeah, that's why, guys, I asked you to represent both the terms in the 10 to the 4 representation. Okay, 5.6234 into 10 to the 4. So if you take 1 by 5.623, the answer will become, yes, how much it is?
178.
0.178 or 1778?
Ma'am,
Okay, you have round up.
178.
It's 1779. So
Okay, 177, but 177 will come. Okay, last digit is 8 or 9, you just check it. Now we have AD, we have AC, and VD and VC can be calculated from the data if you check properly. So can we write our final V0 equation in terms of AD VD plus AC VC? Yes or no? AD?
yes, ma'am.
Yeah, VD is V1 minus V2. We have not touched this part, right? Now we can do it directly in this equation. Plus AC. AC VC is how much? V1 plus V2 by 2. Now guys, you solve and tell me the final answer. It is in microvolt, right? Micro means 10 to the minus 6. How much will be the answer? Okay, what is the answer for this part? What is the answer for this part? Later you convert.
First one 6 millivolt, ma'am.
Yes, 6 millivolt plus
0.48 microvolt.
You convert this later. Okay. Yeah.
I mean,
So
approximately millivolts. Approximately 6 millivolts, ma'am.
total. Yeah.
Approximately.
Okay. You may write in this way also, it is correct. Okay. Anyway, it is 0.48 microvolt, no? But the presentation should be there. This part should not be blank. Okay. So these are the 3 examples we have seen from the CMRR problem. Now guys, the second characteristic we have to learn, which is your AC characteristic. So what are the characteristic which belongs to this AC characteristic? Is first one is frequency response. The second one is slew rate. These two are very important characteristic, guys. Frequency response will be helpful for you in module 5 when you learn that wave shaping circuits and oscillators and your filters. Okay. Then come for the frequency response. Guys, for the ideal op-amp, what we have learned that V naught equal to gain into V in, right? So we have to stabilize the gain by using the closed loop op-amp. But think the case, ideally, what is the effect of the gain into the circuit? For what purpose we are using the amplifier? To get a constant bandwidth range, right? So we have to make the bandwidth should be appropriate for your design of the amplifier circuit. But what is the effect of frequency onto the gain? That must be observed. It means when you check or when you apply the frequency to the amplifier circuit, in case of your amplifier, your oscillator circuit, what should be the gain? Gain should be maintained some bandwidth. Okay, how it is related means, if you apply the frequency and you will gradually increase the frequency, you may notice that up to some range of frequency the gain will be constant. The gain will be constant for this operational amplifier, and after that frequency, that cutoff frequency, the gain will start to decrease, which is called as roll-off factor. Okay, or we can say that roll-off effect. Okay, so this is the main thing we have to observe at here practically. By the increase of frequency, how the gain is getting decreased, and up to which range of frequency we are getting the constant range, that is our operating frequency range. With that frequency range only we can operate or amplify our signal. Okay, beyond that the gain will decrease so that your output voltage will get affected. This is your frequency response. Okay, so let's see that part. So here I'm going to draw the high frequency model of op-amp, because see, in the op-amp construction till now we have seen that what are the parameters are used: resistor and V naught voltage collected at the output voltage. We have calculated the gain, and that equivalent circuit model we have seen that. Related to that, additionally, I'm going to use one more external component to the circuit to see the frequency effect onto the op-amp. That is called a high frequency model of op-amp. Everything is similar, only just additionally I have to connect one capacitor externally. Okay, so this is VD, we know that for the ideal op-amp, and this is the input resistance Ri, and here suppose it is guys, suppose for this case you may interchange the term also, no issue, because you have seen in your lab while you are bringing your op-amp component, it is plus is up, minus is down. Okay, so which one you are going to write, up and down, that depends upon you. If you are able to work with non-inverting part is up and inverting is down, it's okay. Suppose this is B1 and this is B2, this is negative, this is positive terminal. Guys, this should be inside the op-amp. For drawing purpose only I am drawing this outside of the op-amp, but this is not like that. This is that C and this is the R0 and this is our B0, and here we are getting AOL into VD, AOL into VD. this term, this source. Okay. So this model we are using high frequency model. Of op-amp. Okay. So if the capacitor is attached externally to the op-amp circuit, we have to consider the capacitive reactance effect. So how we are representing this, guys? Suppose this is the voltage source, here R, here C, and here it is grounded, and at this point you are going to measure your V0. This is R, this is C, this is source voltage is AOL into VD. I need my V0 to be calculated. Guys, how do I represent that? Just one little bit recap about your previous studies. Time domain and frequency domain representation of RLC component. So how we are representing R may be R at time and frequency both, but L may be SL
Yeah.
and C may be 1 by SC. What is S? S stands for J omega, right?
J omega.
So this, we need this C part, not this SL or this R part. R is R only. We do not require it now. So now I hope you understand for what I explained this concept to you. Because back to back, if I will write this 1 by J, not J. Yeah, later I will represent this. 1 by J omega C, which is equal to 1 by J 2 pi FC. What is omega? 2 pi F, right? Yes or no?
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
So see, guys, here I'm writing. Okay, this is some additional learning actually. Mass of J can be represented as 1 by J. So this is 1 by J term, right? 1 by omega C is actually your XC, right? Your capacitive reactance. So this term, how do I represent this? 1 by J omega C minus of JXC.
Yes, ma'am.
So I have represented this term as minus of JXC. Now come again to your figure. This part, this voltage divider rule. My V0 is at here. With respect to this capacitor only, I have to find out my V0. Okay. Now what is the capacitive reactance appearing at there? Minus of JXC, right? You remember that. How I got that? Is this clear? How I got this minus JXC term? Because anyway, you are going to represent this whole resistance only, resistance plus your capacitive reactance. How we are writing V0 equation? Can anybody remember and say me? V0 can be written as?
Ma'am, it's minus JXC
Minus
upon R
JXC
minus
by R minus JXC into
Yeah,
AOL.
because this whole this whole resistance is R plus 1 by SC only, no? So that can be R minus JXC, right? So finally, when I am writing V0 equation with respect to that voltage divider concept, how much I have to multiply? Minus of JXC. Yeah, whole into AOL, open loop gain, into VD, whole divided by how much?
R minus JXC.
Yes. Okay. So already I have written that minus of j equal to 1 by j, and xc is nothing but 1 by 2 pi fc, right? Both you can write. Minus of j is 1 by j, or minus of j is only 1 by j. That you can represent. Anything you can represent. Okay, either or format, you can remember the thing. So V0 we got in this format. Now what we got, guys, xc is 1 by 2 pi fc. If I will write that format, because I have to represent that into the normal frequency, not with the capacitive reactance, right? So if I will represent this xc with this 1 by 2 pi fc, what should be the equation? V0 equal to
Ma'am, 1 upon 1
huh,
plus R, 1 plus J, like 2 pi FC.
whole into AOL into VD, right? Whole divided by, again, R0. We have taken R0, no guys. We have not taken R. This is to just show you. So here also we may represent this as R0 plus 1 by J 2 pi FC. This will multiply with this. Okay, plus 1. Then this J 2 pi FC will get cancel out, right? Okay, so what will be the final V0 equation?
So it A naught A naught L VD upon 1
Hmm?
plus J
Hmm?
2 pi FC R naught.
Very good. Make a box of it. So the final V0 equation or V0 term, it contains the frequency, right? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. And now we will represent the gain with terms of frequency. So this AOL in terms of F can be represented as, suppose AOL we are writing V0 by VD, right? Now how much V0 we got? AOL into VD 1 by divided by 1 plus J 2 pi FC into R0. We got that factor, right? So this VD and this VD will get cancelled out. What will be the remaining representation then? Guys, solve and tell me, no. We know that gain equal to VD, V0 by VD. V0 we got AOL into VD whole divided by 1 plus J 2 pi FC into R0. What should be the AOL now? So open loop voltage gain as a function of frequency can be represented as this one, 1 plus J 2 pi F R naught C. We can write like this.
Ma'am, it
And
should be in multiplication, ma'am.
no, this AOL we got, no.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Normally, what is the gain equation? V0 by V in, no, but now V in is VD, right? In terms
Yes,
of
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
frequency part, you check your figure, okay?
Got it, ma'am.
Huh. So now if you see, I may state this as a statement, the open loop voltage gain in terms of frequency, okay, or as a function of frequency can be represented as like this. So suppose consider here we are writing F0 is the cutoff frequency, can be written as 1 by 2 pi R0 C. Okay, and here this AOL of F, it represents the open loop voltage gain as a function of frequency, and F0 equal to FC is the cutoff frequency up to which the gain will be constant, and beyond that frequency the gain will start to reduce. And F stands for the operating frequency. Okay, and AOL only, it represents the gain of the op-amp at 0 Hz. That is, you can also say that may be the DC value with no frequency. So how do we represent this? Actually, AOL into your, in terms of frequency representation of this open loop gain, maybe your AOL, what we are writing, 1 plus J F by
FC.
F by F naught. Okay, function of frequency. You check this properly, you will get this. F naught is 1 by 2 pi R naught C. No, in the equation, above equation, it is AOL whole divided by 1 plus J 2 pi F of R naught C. So that will become F by F naught, right? This equation. In this equation, F is there. This 1 by 2 pi R naught C is F naught. So it is already 1 by this term is there. So it may be F by F naught. It can be written like this. J will be remain. Okay. In this way we have represented this. So if we take the op-amp and select the value of capacitor, the frequency FC is constant. So how do we represent the above equation in the polar form? As F naught and FC both are similar. So here suppose you want to write it for last only, just keep patience. Those who are present for this class, please type present in your chat box for attendance. Okay. So one note I will write at here. At F equal to 0 Hz, magnitude is this one, while phi F may be 0 degree. Next class I'll show you the graph of this AC characteristic. How do we represent this, and slew rate also we have to study, and some more parameter we have to study. Okay. Do you have any doubt?